Hi everybody, Derek here from Crua and the Outdoors crowd and the Overlanding crowd. So just jumping on a quick video, first of all, to thank you for reading and thank you for all the kind notes and all the kind words and feedback that I've been getting. It's been a bit overwhelming. There's obviously a big gap here in the market where people appreciate getting some B2B information, I suppose, in the sports and outdoors industry. So thank you, first of all. Secondly, apologies in advance. I'm going to do this in one take. I'm not one for editing videos and all of that, so there might be a bit of humming and hawing, but I'm a bit more about substance, hopefully, than style. So anyway, just apologies in advance. And the third thing is, last week we pre-launched the field test, which is the sports and outdoors validation and benchmarking reporting process. And we got a lot of questions back in the meantime, asking bits and pieces of what it's doing. So I just wanted to jump on to give a quick overview, I suppose, of what the report and the process will involve. Okay, first of all, the why. In my opinion, unless you get product market fit in sports and outdoors, just like every other segment really, unless you get it but very much if you don't get a product or service market fit, the rest of it is irrelevant, in my opinion. Okay, you can do all the fancy marketing you want and brand building and all of this, but your product or service has to be a painkiller product or service that it's solving a problem in a real way for a big enough audience at a price that is acceptable by the audience. Okay, and if you don't get that right, I don't know how many emails from marketers daily telling me that they're going to increase my ROAS, they're going to drop my CPL, drop my cost per acquisition, etc., without even knowing really the ins and outs of our business. It's impossible. If you don't have the fundamentals right from day one, the rest of it is irrelevant. Eventually it will catch up on you. Now that's coming from somebody who's launched many products into the sports and outdoors industry. And somebody who admires, as you'll see from reading the newsletter, lots of brands like Patagonia on here. I have Rab t-shirt, I have a Yeti, so I'm follow brands, so it's not that I'm poo-pooing the whole brand thing, but unless you get fundamentally a product or a service that's solving a real, I'm going to say it again, a real problem in a real way for a big enough audience at an acceptable price point, the rest of it will not work. Eventually it will not work. Okay, so how do we do it? I've just taken a few notes here just to see if I make sure I'm saying everything that I had planned to say. What we're doing here is pre-validating an idea. So if you have, or at least giving you the tools to pre-validate an idea, So if you have a product you want to launch into sports or outdoors, you want to test it before getting into the expense, the money expense and the time expense of prototyping, developing, designing. With all the kind of tech tools that are out there now, it's possible to pre-validate an idea before even getting into the prototyping stage, or seriously into the prototyping stage at least. So that's what we're arming you with. We're giving you the tools, we're giving you the process, we're giving you the A to Z, and we're showing that this is possible. It's possible to pre-validate based on landing pages, driving traffic, etc., benchmarking then of where your various benchmarks should be. We're going to give you the data from a couple of real life ones that we've one going on at the moment. We've one beforehand, so we'll give you the data we've generated ourselves. We'll give you the resources of people that can do this for you if you want to go to. There are pre-launching, let's call it, specialists out there. So that's what we're arming you with, the tools to go away and pre-validate an idea before you have to go and prototype, go to the east or wherever you're getting it prototyped, and then you do get kind of sentimentally or emotionally attached to something. I've launched products that the data told me I shouldn't have launched. I still did it because we put 12 months of development into it. It was a mistake in hindsight. So again, I suppose it's just pre-arming you a little bit with our experience. You live and learn, every day is a school day, they say. So that's what this report is. It's as simple as that. The last thing I want to say is there's a full money back guarantee. If anybody who comes back and says this is not what I wanted, or why this is not what you wanted or what you expected, no qualms whatsoever, high up or low down. We do need to charge for it because there's obviously money going into it to put all this together and put the data together and to collate it properly. It's a nominal amount, relatively speaking, in my opinion. It's a report I'd love to have had at the start of our journey. So that's it. That's really why we're putting it together. My email address is in the bottom of this email. As always, you can reach out to me if you have any specific questions, by all means. I'm just hitting 5 minutes on the video, so that's where I said I was going to stop. So like I said, if you have any questions, hit me back on the email, no problem whatsoever. But this is really the A to Z pre-validation idea in sports and outdoors before you get into the real expense and the nitty-gritty of doing it, because you want to make sure you're developing a painkiller product. That's the big thing here. Do we have product or service market fit or not? Okay, thanks for listening and thanks for reading again. Talk to you all soon.